Yo guys, welcome back to yet another tutorial, and oh boy, this one was a highly requested one. You're gonna learn about how to approach chasing subjects with FPV drones in different unique environments, and I'll give you tips on cinematic movements and compositions that will help level up your chasing game. And hey, if this is your first time here, my name is Strojnik, and here we talk about cinematic FPV and filmmaking, so if this is something that you're interested in, a subscribe is very much appreciated. Okay, let's talk gear first. So my favorite drone to use is a 5-inch freestyle quad because it gives you the best combination of power and agility, and the two drones I use most often for doing chase shots are the iFlight Nazgul 5 and Titan DC5. However, I will start using a 7-inch Chimera 7 as well for situations when I need longer flight times. And when following people or when filming any other slower activities, I will usually use the ProTech 35 cinemativ because it has probe guards, which makes it safe to fly close to people and valuable objects. A quick tip I would give you here is to make sure your subjects are comfortable around the drone, so take your time to show it to them, introduce them to the drone, because most are not used to this loud buzzing thing going crazy around them. Now, before we even start talking about chasing subjects, let's take a step back and discuss our takeoff spot first, because you always, and I mean always, need to put the maximum effort to position yourself in a good spot that enables you to have a clear line of sight. Safety is always a priority, because imagine you're chasing a subject, flying, I don't know, 80 kilometers per hour, doing super close proximity flying, it looks epic, the shot is majestic, but then it happens, you lose connection with your drone, it fail-safes, and you crash, hopefully not in your subject. So really don't rush into taking off until you make sure that everything is okay and that you're positioned well. Next tip is about drone shadow. When possible, try to avoid having drone shadow in the shot, because in my opinion it just doesn't look professional. Now obviously you won't be able to always avoid it, especially if you're filming during the middle of the day, because the sun is, well, straight above you, but if possible try to film close to the sunset or sunrise when the sun is lower on the horizon. In this case, the best way is to fly directly towards the sun or have it positioned on the side, but just don't have it straight behind you, because it will cast the drone shadow directly in front into your composition. The most obvious tip I can give you is that if you have an FPV drone, don't fly it like a Mavic. You need to wow your audience with attractive, unique perspectives, something that they are not used to seeing, something that will immediately capture their attention. For example, a half roll above the Pajero and then the side dive and fast approach to continue with the follow. A Mavic obviously can't do that, so people will have no idea about what kind of shot and perspective to expect next, and they will continue watching your video with maximum curiosity. Also, take care of your composition. What I like to do is to try to keep my subject in the center of the frame when doing follow shots. Too many times I see FPV pilots position their subjects at the bottom of the frame, and then there's this huge empty space in the composition above that just doesn't look good. So you also have to keep in mind that if you're planning to use real steady to stabilize footage in the post, it will chop off top and bottom of your image. So if you have your subject positioned there, it's gonna be a problem. So what I like to do is to really make sure that my FPV drone camera and GoPro are set to the exact same angle before I take off, because it has happened to me in the past that I had my subject perfectly framed in my goggles, and then I checked my footage on GoPro and, well, my subject was chopped off because I didn't double check that both camera angles match. I think we can all agree that close proximity flying just looks really good. The closer you fly to your subject, the more adrenaline your viewer will feel when watching your video. So for best results and to keep everyone safe, what I suggest is that before you take off, discuss in details with your subject about how will they move, what kind of shots do you want to get, is it safe for them to do that shots, so both sides have clear expectations about what's going to happen. And it's also a good idea to do the location scouting together, because it's gonna make the whole planning much easier for both of you. But even proximity follow shots will quickly become boring if they are too repetitive. So instead of just blindly following my subjects, what I like to do is to do any sort of dynamic movement around them and do ripping, meaning fast close approach and then move away quickly, fly from left to the right while keeping my subject centered in the middle. and the closer you will get and then bounce away, the faster you will do that, the more epic the shot will turn out to be. And to make it even more interesting, you can combine this with circling around your subject, but to do that successfully, you really have to develop good spatial awareness, because during you will have to fly backwards as well, meaning you cannot see what's happening behind you, so you have to be aware of your surroundings. And again, once you're doing circling around, do your best to try to keep your subject framed in the middle for the best possible composition. You also want to hook your viewer into watching your video with a very powerful beginning, so try to choose some good interesting entry points. For example, a split as move to approach your subject is always a good choice, or to start high above your subject and just do a straight down vertical dive, or simply find a gap and fly through it, and you will capture viewers' attention in that way. Possibilities are endless and each location is unique, so it's up to you to find those opportunities and be creative. Last tip I would give you is to go practice doing follow shots with your friends. Visit a lonely road where there are no people, let your friend drive a car and go chase him, or a bike or whatever. Also, doing FPV drone chasing is an absolutely great method that will help develop your flying skills fast. And hey guys, if you have any nice follow shots, post them in the comments below. I would love to see them for inspiration. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, let's talk in the comments. And guess what? In the next video, I will see you.